Plato quotes, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something." We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Only the dead have seen the end of war. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs and a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. Love is a serious mental disease. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. I'm trying to think, don't confuse me with facts. And when one of them meets the other half, the actual half of himself, whether he be a lover of youth or a lover of another sort, the pair are lost in an amazement of love and friendship and intimacy, and one will not be out of the other's sight, as I may say, even for a moment. There is truth in wine and children. Those who tell the stories rule society. Human behavior flows from 3 main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Education is teaching our children to desire the right things. There are 3 classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. Courage is knowing what not to fear. In politics we presume that everyone who knows how to get votes knows how to administer a city or a state. When we are ill, we do not ask for the handsomest physician, or the most eloquent one. You should not honor men more than truth. There are 2 things a person should never be angry at: what they can help, and what they cannot. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. The beginning is the most important part of the work. How can you prove whether at this moment we are sleeping, and all our thoughts are a dream, or whether we are awake, and talking to one another in the waking state? The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. A house that has a library in it has a soul. Necessity is the mother of invention. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed, by the masses. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Bodily exercise, when compulsory, does no harm to the body, but knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. Character is simply habit long continued. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. You're my star, a stargazer too, and I wish that I were heaven, with a billion eyes to look at you. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent, in fact we achieve excellence by acting rightly. Musical innovation is full of danger to the state, for when modes of music change, the fundamental laws of the state always change with them. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. The soul takes nothing with her to the next world but her education and her culture. At the beginning of the journey to the next world, one's education and culture can either provide the greatest assistance, or else act as the greatest burden, to the person who has just died.